So welcome to our webinar about ODM Services. ODM is Original Design Manufacturer. That means development and production from same partner or for one hand. On Teams, you have the Q&A area where you can enter your questions and we will answer them after the presentation during the last 10-15 minutes. It depends how fast we went through the slides. I will start with a short introduction about M2M. Now, after that, I hand over to J-Log from AcSiP, and he continue with the ODM service presentation. Yeah, just a few words about me and M2M. My name is Ralf. I'm one of the CEO, and I'm also active in the sales area, where I take care on the R&D services for customized products, for example. Next to me on this picture here, you can see the second CEO, Marius. M2M is now already 18 years old, and most of our employees have a technical background in the area of radio technology. So we are located close to Frankfurt and focus with our portfolio on IoT products. So everything has to do with data or voice transmission by radio. To educate ourselves, we do research projects together with universities and also in cooperation with other industrial companies to develop products or get experience with new technologies. So on this picture, you can see where we show the industrial wireless data transmission. On the left side, you see possible devices which should send the data via radio technology. To the right side, most likely a kind of database. And of course, the destination can be another device like a laptop, tablet, or smartphone as well. Not always a database by themselves, so also devices are possible. No matter what kind of application or data source, we will help you to find the right technology. Our competence is in the middle by the named technologies. As you see here, the long-range and short-range technologies, and we help our customer to integrate that into their machines, devices, or whatever. On the pictures, you can see, many possibilities. We have 3 business units, as you here see on these 3 slides in the cake. Workshops are quite helpful because sometimes customers are not sure which technology fits to their application. And quite often we start by a proof of concept to check very quick if the technology fits to the application. For example, in terms of data volume, latency, or costs for the technology. In combination with AcSiP modules, the part of distribution, what you here see also in these slices, sorry, we help for the module distribution too. For example, in terms of a frame contract, to have a good availability and short delivery times. We also take care on the firmware versions from the modules to keep the defined version till the customer gives his validation to switch the firmware, because that's very important for our customers. Because the firmware may change from time to time, but as I said, we never change without this verification. And next to that, we have the IoT network solutions. That is the LoRa devices, LoRa gateway, and LoRa network server integration and other integration service for our radio technologies, what we have in our portfolio. Concerning embedded IoT solution, this is the topic from today. We offer different level of support. Whatever the customer needs, he can select from our service. And we always work very close with our partners, for example, as we have it today with AcSiP. Typical support from us is, for example, the hardware design review and help by firmware development. But we offer more, as you see on the slide, up to complete hardware design, including the whole firmware development. And this service comes in cooperation then, for example, with AcSiP. M2M will be always your first contact when we have questions or we do the let's say the meetings about the specification, so that you always have one contact. But of course you also have the contact of the personal contact of AcSiP to have a direct communication just in case. You or our customer decide what support you want to have. So sometimes customers do the firmware development in-house, and we help with the hardware design, and of course then also with the production of the product, as AcSiP can offer. Next to the production, we also can help you in advance with the certification process, and we can explain in also at the very first step what needs to be done concerning the certification of the product. Let's come now to the possibility of the product development and the production service from AcSiP by J-Log. So I will hand over now to him. So you can share your slides.
Good morning. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it looks good.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm J-Log from AcSiP, Director of Global Business Development for the company. So thank you so much for M2M's invitation, our close partner in Europe, for sharing our services today. Okay, so let me give you some brief introduction about AcSiP. So AcSiP stands for Advanced Communication System in Package. We are a company focusing on IoT solution in wireless communication. We are founded back in 2009 in Taiwan with an initial investment of $12 million. Today, we have a team of approximately 45 employees with a very strong engineering focus. In fact, we have about 80% engineers in-house. We handle most of the thing in-house, from design and validation to sales, production and logistics as well. So we basically focus on 3 types of services and products. The first one is the OEM and ODM manufacturing. The second one is the one-stop IoT solution service. And the third one is our standard product. So let me go over our OEM service first. To ensure the highest levels of quality and control, AcSiP maintains our own production facilities. We manage every step of the process, including SMT, SMD, and NCT. Our monthly capacity is about 250,000 units for the SMT line, 150,000 units for the system integration line, and another 150,000 units for the testing and validation. So this kind of production capability allows us to deliver consistent and reliable products. So when it comes to IoT devices, experience matters. At AcSiP, we have a proven track record in manufacturing high-quality IoT devices. Like what I explained just now, we have our own production line. So we expert in integrating, validating, and also producing RF devices. This is not quite common for most of the manufacturer because basically they are just PCB assemblers, but we have in-house RF designer and engineers. So we have a lot of expert in-house to do all the RF troubleshooting. To give you a sense of our capabilities, here are a few examples that we successfully completed for our clients. We developed IoT SIP modules. This is our core business. And then we also help our customers to develop devices like trackers, basically from PCBA all the way to the mechanical assembly. And we even tackle some complex design assemblies like this mini ITX this motherboard is all assembled and tested in-house by us. So what can we do for you? We basically do three things. One is the hardware, second one is the software, and the third one is the engineering service. We can help you with everything from designing and optimizing your modules to make sure, for example, your antenna is performing at its best. And then we test your final product, provide ongoing engineering support, and also ensure highest level of quality and reliability. Plus, just testing production and design is not enough. We also have a very strong FAE team who actively involved in software development, so we can provide you SDK to cut your time to market. So at AcSiP, we are more than just a vendor. We are your module partner. So we complete a range of hardware services, for example, from the SIP module packaging and design, the shielding cover design, the PCB antenna design, and also simulation. We handle the entire process, ensuring optimal performance, protecting sensitive components, and also maximizing the RF signal strength. Our expert FAE team is with you. They are dedicated to provide you with the best possible support. They have in-depth knowledge of our products and can help you with everything from like the basic software stack development all the way up to the application. Most of the time, we encourage our customers to develop their own applications because it may involve some sensitive information. But sometimes we do work with partner like M2M to work out a total solution for our customers. We understand the importance of quality and compliance. Our testing and validation process ensure your product meets the highest standards. So we have in-house testing engineers and also consultant. They can help you to walk through those regulation certification. And if it's required, we also have a testing engineer to help you to craft out your test plan, so to make sure your product is fully tested and meet your requirements. So besides the service that we provide, we do have in-house standard products, which cover the LoRa modules, the Wi-Fi 6 BLE, and also the Wi-Fi Hello. So I'm going to give you a brief introduction about these three types of modules that we carry in-house. For the LoRa, we work closely with Samtech and ST Microelectronics. So we are one of the very few companies in the world that can get the wafer die from these companies. We take that wafer die, put in the SiP package, and create a very compact and ultra low power solution. So most of the time, the customers probably will acquire a chip on board solution. They will purchase different components. from all kinds of distributors and put on the PCB. For the LoRa solution that we have, we basically put everything in one package, and then all you need is just a very simple RC components and connect to your antenna. So that enables the solution become very compact. So for instance, our product has been used on smart label, which is a paper-based label. So this is not quite possible if we use multiple component solution. So we were with ST and Samtech, we were able to make the world's smallest LoRa SIP module with GPS back in 2021, and then way before STM has their SoC, the full SoC. Okay, we were the only company working with ST. Okay, to make the whole LoRa module in one package. And then we were also the first company getting the LoRaWAN 1.04 standard approved. So this is our product line card. So in the past, we also used the STEM module approach, basically putting multiple components on one PCB. So starting from 2020, we were launching our LoRa SIP module. So this is a LBGA package. So basically, you have all the MCU, you have the transceiver, you have all the front end circuitries, everything in one package. And coming year on our roadmap, we are planning to use the LR2021 from Samtech. And then this one is a multi-band transceiver, which allows Wi-Fi scanning, and then LoRa, and then also the set band, which can connect to the satellite. So our second partner is actually MediaTek. So they are one of the major company making the cell phone chips. This is the area that most of the people know of, but actually they're also focused on IoT. So we are one of their very close IoT partners. So we started working with MediaTek back in 2012 when they're still making feature phone. So they were the number one supplier. I would say the NPU maker for feature phone in China at that time. So we were helping them to make the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth SIP package. So following the feature phone, and then we roll into the tablet market, and then the Wi-Fi 4 IoT, and now the Wi-Fi 6 IoT. So we were the alpha site partner for MediaTek. So we work closely with them to develop their dual band Wi-Fi 6 module. So it's a combo module, and then it's also dual band. So currently, not many companies making Wi-Fi 6 dual band because it's not easy. So we are one of those company having the dual band combo solution. And then with that same chipset, we actually have some customers, okay, making the e-paper digital signage due to the ESG. So a lot of the advertising company, they are very interested in the e-paper digital signage solution. They want to get rid of the LED and those power consumptive digital signage outdoor. So we were able to use this solution with the Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth to update low frame rate video and also images. So as a matter of fact, some of the advertisement company, they are already using this kind of signage in front of the coffee shop or some shop. They replace the traditional printing poster or those big LED or LCD TV. Okay, and the image on the signage can be updated real time. Currently, the signage can support full color, so it's quite well accepted, especially in European market, mainly due to the ESG requirements, low carbon. So this is the product line card that we have for the Wi-Fi 6. So we started from Wi-Fi 4 combo card, and Wi-Fi 4 was actually SoC. That time it was used by a lot of those low price router. So they were using the 7688 solution. So if you, let's say, have any router which can only connect maybe 5 to 6 points and then use for the IoT, most of the time, this would be the chip they use. And now we move to Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6, we have 793X series. So this is a Wi-Fi 6 solution that we have. So the main difference between the 3.1 and 3.3 is one is with the Hi-Fi DSP, and then the other one does not. So the Hi-Fi DSP chipset is catered for those smart speaker application, and also some application which require a lot of analog processing. So this is the 739X evaluation board, and it's a core, it's an ARM Cortex M33 chipset, and then it has same thing. It has all the PA, LNA built in, and then it supports dual band 2.4 and 5. It also has the the Bluetooth 5.0 built in. So one of the other partner that we've worked with is the MOS Micro and also Narracom. So these are the only two players in the market right now making Hello. So basically, Hello is a Wi-Fi protocol which has the best-in-class security with WPA3. It has ultra long range, longer than Wi-Fi, but shorter than LoRa. But one of the big thing about the Hello is the data throughput. It can support high throughput. So some of the customers, they actually use Hello technology for offsite, no power for the camera surveillance. So a typical Hello webcam run on the battery, running in the field can transmit around 1 to 2 km, and then the battery can last about 6 to 9 months. Okay, so this is one of the advantage of Hello. In Europe, there is some duty cycle concern. So some of the customers, they may not use the Hello for high-speed transmission, but since it's compatible with Wi-Fi, it will be tremendously easy for the integrator to use the Wi-Fi stack. So the hit is starting there. So these are the two solutions that we have for Hello. So one is transceiver only, and the other one is a system on chip. So this one has MCU built in. It's a solution from Narracom. It has a M3 processor built in. So this is very good for those ultra low power. I would not say camera. I would not say it's video camera, but it's a webcam. But they will only take static image and send back to the server. So this is a perfect solution. Okay, so you do not have to run a external MPU or CPU to do all the processing. Okay, so this is 7394, which is the SoC. Okay, so what's the secret of our success? I think it's very simple. We focus on what we do the best. So we want to make sure our partners and the customers, okay, they have the world-class products and services as well. So we want to deliver the high quality standards, okay, and also we want to make sure our professional design and management services, okay, is meaningful to our customers. So in today's market, you cannot afford to be average. I think we need a partner that provides that provides a distinct advantage. And I believe our unique value proposition is to encompass design, production, validation, and the software, and help you to leave the competition behind. We don't just keep pace, we set the pace. So that's all from AcSiP. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, J-Log, for your presentation. So yeah, we have enough time for question and answers. So yeah, you can enter at any time here now your questions. Yeah, just a remark from my side. Yes, as we saw on the last slide, also the testing and production is something what AcSiP is offering, and yeah, we sometimes have projects where we support our customers, but we are not an expert of production, of course. And then we do a design which is maybe not made for an efficient production at the end. Yeah. So that is also something what we have seen with AcSiP. That is, once they design a product, they right away they think about the production process. So, let's say the design of the PCB or the number of layers or things like that, and that's also an advantage if you have this high quality and competence in one hand, and everything is done by one company. Yeah, so that's quite interesting. So any combination is possible, J-Log, I think. So it doesn't matter if it's a Wi-Fi product, Bluetooth or LoRa, or combination of that. I think you have all this competence in your house, right?
Yeah, this is what we try to work hard since day one when we founded AcSiP. We want to provide a connectivity for the IoT wireless communication. So it does not matter it's Bluetooth, LoRa, Wi-Fi, or any new technology. As long as there's a right and the best solution for the connectivity, and I think that is something that we want to work on.
Yeah, that's also another good point. We really also, that's something what we do as M2M. We really take care that we analyze with the customer the right technology for his application, because the marketing machines from all this organization, it could be, of course, LoRa or Semtech or the LoRa Alliance, or it could be the mobile operator with 5G or whatever, driving the market crazy, and customer getting lost about these let's say all these different kind of technologies, and what is it good for. So yes, sorry, I just have overseen one question. Yes, J-Log, you mentioned about support during the certification process. What is exactly the part of this support? Can you give us an example or walk through the certification, let's say, process or service what you offer?
Sure. So basically, for the certification, it's very important to start from not just the certification process. It should be started since the design process, because if you do not have a right design, no matter how many times you are going to bump into a lot of problems during the validation and the certification process. So this is the first part. When the customers they engage us, we will make sure the design is good. Okay, hopefully we will be able to help them to do the production and manufacturing. Okay, so if it's not, at least the design validation can be done by our in-house consultant. Okay, so when this is good, then we will have the testing consultant, which will run will help them to run through all the paperwork and the things that they need to pay attention to before they go to the lab. Okay, so you usually, when these two steps are done properly, the percentage of not passing the certification is very, very slim.
Yes, that's also a good point. That what we see sometimes in projects where we involved is that at the end of the design it comes to the lab where we measure the RF signal and the antenna performance and spurious emission and things like that, and then in the lab we see, oh, there is some noise somewhere or something is make some interference. Yeah, let's make an example from the power supply. We have some interference in the 868 band or whatever. And then it gets complicated because you need to analyze where it does come from. And so it's much better to have the knowledge, where should I place the antenna? Is it a PCB antenna, external antenna? How make the design? And also, of course, to start with this measurement quite early because you have it in-house. Yeah, and to see how the radiation pattern is from the antenna. And then at the end to go to the certification lab and yes, and then in that case you can walk through the certification process by one shot. And sometimes it happens that you book this certification lab and then you have to cancel the day. You need to pay for that, and then you go back in your lab and you analyze. And if you make this cycle several times, it gets very expensive.
Yes, indeed. And this is the part that we help the customers, because if, let's say, without the consultation, the money they pay for just lab testing probably will be a lot more expensive.
Yeah. Yes, and the next question was also if we include the lab testing service in our ODM services. That could be done, right? We can use the lab in at your region, and it's also sometimes more cost efficient than if we do it here in Germany, for example.
Yes, actually, we work closely with a couple labs in Taiwan, and indeed, it's a lot cheaper compared to I would say to Europe. So just give you a perspective. We do have customers, some US customers. We help them to do the design validation. And then we send the prototype boards to the lab. Everything is done in Taiwan.
Yep.
And in Taiwan, most of the global certification can be done. So for the US customer, they are looking for C, and then if you want to go for FCC, so on and so forth, all mostly can be done in Taiwan.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's also interesting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And of course, let's say for us, quite comfortable because you do it together with the partner in Taiwan. And yes, we did do it as well to help the customers to do that, for example, with the European certification houses. But then, of course, we need to explain to the lab how they can activate the test mode, how they can bring the device in the right status, and that's sometimes not easy.
Yes.
Some labs has more experience, some labs less, and sometimes you need to take care to explain this in detail, because that also costs time, and this is paid by the customer at the end. So the lab, and if this is done by a partner like AcSiP, who does it quite often, because you do these certification processes with your modules anyway. Yeah, so all the modules from AcSiP are certified RED, FCC, IC, and so on. So this is a regular work what they do. And if they do it for the ODM services, then it's not much different. Yeah.
Thank you for opening the mic. The question is a little bit regarding the costs of these different protocols, like the end device costs. We generally see that Bluetooth-based devices are generally 2 or 3 times cheaper than LoRa-based devices. What do you think the factors that play a role behind that is like to me it's a little bit still confusing. Is the SoC really expensive or the does it need to be like the LoRaWAN stack is more resource intensive or the TX power needs to be a lot. Like I don't understand all of these factors that play into the cost of LoRaWAN devices between Bluetooth devices. And can you please explain what will need to happen for LoRa specifically that it can so that the end prices also fall down at least to the half of what we see with Bluetooth BLE devices?
Okay. And did you just now mention the Bluetooth certification is cheaper or more expensive than LoRa?
It's cheaper. It's like 2 or 3 times cheaper. Generally, that's the trend.
I think it depends on what kind of solution you are using. If let's say you are designing your own Bluetooth with just Bluetooth chipsets and you want to go through all the full Bluetooth certification, I believe the cost is going to be more expensive than LoRa. So most of the people, they would just use a pre-certified Bluetooth chipset because you don't have to go through all different kind of certifications. Not just the hardware, and then the Bluetooth, they need to certify your device and then also your stack. Okay, so I think one of the very successful case that we can refer to is Nordic. They had a very like a very beautifully design solution to resolve the Bluetooth stack certification issues. But whereas the hardware, you still have to go through the process if you want to go for the full Bluetooth compliance. This is my to my knowledge for LoRa. Basically, you just need to go for the transmission and the interference testing. So I think we need to look at your design first before I tell you why the cost is different so much. Just for example, our SoC solution, since it's in SiP package, there's no way that we can go for the FCC full model certification. But once the customer use the SoC that we provide, put on the board, and then we walk through the whole process with them, and then they go to the certification. Usually, I have not heard any, at least to my knowledge, I have not heard any information from them regarding the 2 to 3 times factor price difference between the Bluetooth and the LoRa. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, maybe I also can add some information. Let's say on the Bluetooth part, whatever module or SoC you use, you need to register your end product at the Bluetooth SIG. This is a one-time fee of $12,000 US. And this does not belong to the LoRa technology. So the end product listing is only existing there. And even if the module is pre-certified, your end product must be listed. So any manufacturer, product manufacturer must be listed there. It's not the fact, but it's the rule. So in LoRa, let's say there's no license or whatever cost additional or registration necessary. Let's say by the module you have paid, or by the SoC, whatever, you have paid this by the chipset from Semtech, which is part of the module or SoC. and the stack from AcSiP is already qualified from the LoRa Alliance, if I'm right, Jelok.
Yes.
So that means when you think about this is not mandatory. It's you can do it if you want to register your product on the LoRa Alliance. You can do it even a little bit more easy with a qualified stack instead of a non-qualified stack. But this is an option. Yeah. So normally, and the last part is maybe the cost in the lab. So the certificate, the measurement, what you need to do for your RED certification or for your self-declaration. That's quite similar from the cost when you go to Citycom 7 layers, TÜV Süd or wherever. This is quite similar between a Bluetooth product and a LoRa product, because the let's say the frequency is different, but the complexity of testing is quite similar. So they went through these bands, and so yeah, that's normally not so different. Yeah. Normally, LoRa should be a little bit should have an advantage on cost for the certification and registration if you do it in a correct way, comparing to Bluetooth. But in any case, we really can provide more details, afterwards, and we can analyze these costs more in detail.
Thank you very much for clarifying. It's interesting because my experience has been a little bit otherwise, that the same type of sensor, for example, in LoRaWAN, would cost like 2 times or 3 times than a Bluetooth sensor, but I don't really know what are the factors behind it. So,
yes. Sorry, what I forgot is finally the module itself. You're right, of course. Yeah. So if we just compare today, let's say the average price of a Bluetooth, most likely it's a Bluetooth low energy module, because this is the cheapest technology. So it's not a, let's say, a dual mode module with Bluetooth low energy and Bluetooth basic rate. But let's say if the Bluetooth low energy module, it can be the half cost of the LoRa module. But once we have a LoRa module, let's say in euro, we have one module single price is maybe €9, and a Bluetooth module, one single module is 5. So there is different, of course, yeah. But I think once it comes to volume, it's not so far away anymore. Of course, it depends a little bit which volume we talk about it, and but that there is some difference, of course. But normally, this is not the when we compare some Bluetooth products. Let's name a Bluetooth low energy temperature sensor comparing to a LoRa temperature sensor can be really different. But that's sometimes not only on the module price, it's sometimes also battery wise, because we need more power on the Bluetooth, on the LoRa module or on the LoRa technology. So maybe that's also something what makes LoRa devices a little bit more expensive than Bluetooth devices. Yeah. But in that range, maybe a last word on that, but maybe in that range, maybe it would be better to compare narrowband IoT products with LoRa products. That's maybe more the technology which is from the frequency, from the distance, things like that, quite similar. And Bluetooth is really short range, few meters distance only. So maybe that's also an argument for lower pricing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so, well, it seems to be that we have no more questions. Yeah, the presentation was a little bit shorter, so the whole session is including Q&A a little bit shorter. And yeah, thank you very much to all of you. We have your contacts, and as I said before, you will provide the slides and the video and yes, the information, and hopefully we can keep in contact and yeah, talk together about new product ideas and the service and products from AcSiP.
Sure.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Gerard.